So guys, in today's video we will be talking about how Black Adam saved the DCEU. So if that sounds interesting, let's hop into it. Yo, what is going on guys, Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on the DCEU. And for today's video, we will be going over something very interesting that Dwayne Johnson said during an interview promoting his upcoming film, Black Adam, which I believe comes to cinemas next week, if I'm not mistaken. It could be the week after, but I'm pretty sure it's next week. But either way, if you haven't already, make sure to book your tickets because we're about to see if the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change. But as I said, he's promoting Black Adam, and it's not only left fans on a very positive note and literally fans praising Dwayne Johnson with what he said, but also what he said does put the DCEU on a much better direction than it's previously ever been, and it made me happy. I know it made so many people happy, and obviously for those who haven't heard it, you're about to hear it right now in this video. But obviously before the Black Adam stuff and just everything prior to it, there is no denying that the DCEU, it's an absolute mess at its current point. It is a company that does not listen to their fans. They don't even have their core Justice League members set up properly. Like, it leaves you questioning who's our main Batman. Is it going to be Michael Keaton? Is it going to be Ben Affleck? Which, fair enough, we're going to get answers soon enough when obviously Aquaman comes out and obviously the Flash movie. We will not be having Ezra Miller playing the Flash anymore. I know Ezra did say that he was seeking out help and WB did have all of that under control. But I'm pretty sure that Ezra Miller will still be recast as the Flash after the Flash movie does air. And also the character that comes into everyone's mind, Superman. We don't have any future plans with Superman. So what is going on with the DC universe? You can't really have a DCEU without having your core Justice League members set up properly. So that's why I'm saying that prior to like Black Adam and what The Rock has been saying about it, the DCEU was a complete mess. And this was until very recently, where they have announced that they have been working together to create a 10-year movie plan for DC movies, which obviously does put them in the right direction because at least there would be something more thought out and they would be following a structure like the MCU, which very evidently is a huge success on their part because, well, see how successful the MCU has become. And also, it was announced that WB Discovery were also looking for their own Kevin Feige, which I believe they're still searching for at this moment. But still no major changes in terms of characters we want. For example, fans have been begging for Henry Cavill Superman to return for so long. And it seems like WB had no intention in bringing back characters like Henry Cavill Superman. But when it came to Black Adam, there was absolutely no playing around with this film. This was The Rock's passion project. He would do anything in his power to make this film a 100% success. He wasn't going to let this film just flop and just basically do something fans did not want. And obviously The Rock has mentioned that he's been working on this for years. He's been collaborating with like the higher ups, producers, writers, and just tried to give the best experience possible for the character. And this just makes me so happy because just take a look at what The Rock had to say about Black Adam and obviously its creative decisions.
Here's what I do know. Listening to the fans when I was wrestling always led and guided me, just like now. So for the past 10 years, as I was pushing Black Adam up this hill to get made, for the past 5, 6, 7 years, I was also listening to the fans at the same time. Where you have Black Adam, we will create Black Adam for him to be the most powerful and unstoppable force on this planet. The most powerful and unstoppable force in the entire universe has been on the sidelines for too long.
This is what DC have been lacking most of all. And it makes me so happy that The Rock took this into consideration when working with this film. Listening to the fans, really important. Obviously you need to please the fans for them to have the best cinematic experience possible, and you can see how well The Rock has listened to the fans, not only with like what he says, but also you can tell the difference between like the first trailer for Black Adam and the very latest one we got, that like they tweaked the color grading and all of that. So you can tell that The Rock has really been listening to the fans, taking all the criticisms and trying to like just fix it and make Black Adam the best it could possibly be. Now, I would 100% be on board with Dwayne Johnson being the Kevin Feige of the DCEU, because just hearing what he says over here, I just love it. And he really wasn't playing around when he said this is a new era in the DC universe. And once again, I'm going to be playing a clip from another interview The Rock says, just for like, you know, extra praising, shall we say.
But also, what I really meant by this is a new era in the DC universe is listening to the fans. Listening to the fans. Now, and doing our best to give the fans what they want. And maybe sometimes down the road, and I went through this in pro wrestling, is you can't always give them what you want, but you'll always know that we're listening. And in this case, with what you and I are talking about, I have been listening, and I've been wanting to address fans for years, because I've been waiting for someone to step up and address the fans and say, hey, we hear you.
So not only will the hierarchy of power in the DC universe really change with Black Adam being an absolute badass The Rock guarantees him to be in the film, the anti-hero that essentially is willing to do anything to get the job done, and just like an absolute menace, and just highlight him as this incredibly powerful threat. As he says, Black Adam is the most powerful and unstoppable being on this planet. And I am sure The Rock is definitely delivering on what he says. Obviously, we're going to see the film next week, so we're going to have to wait and see in regards to whether that is actually true. But so far from the trailer, he's an absolute menace, and I cannot wait to see what we have in store with Black Adam. But also, he did say listening to the fans. And we obviously know what us fans have been wanting to see since the very, very beginning is not only see Henry Cavill's Superman return, but also fans have been wanting him to face off against Black Adam. This obviously happened way back during the first DC fandom when The Rock did tease a fight between Black Adam and Superman. And ever since that, fans have been just pretty much wanting this to happen. And The Rock guaranteed that he's been listening to the fans. And he did say the most powerful and unstoppable force in the entire universe has been in the sidelines for too long. You can tell he's talking about Superman over here, and you can tell he's been listening to the fans and taken into consideration that fans want to see this character. They want to see Superman. The Rock wants to see Superman. The Rock did say that Superman is his favorite character in DC as well. And let's be honest, we all want to see Henry Cavill, and I am sure we will eventually be getting Henry Cavill's Superman face off against Black Adam at some point. Maybe even see him in this film for all we know. I don't want to keep my hopes up too much because there's nothing more I want to see than for Henry Cavill to return as Superman. So if he does not appear in Black Adam, I might get disappointed. Depends on how insane the film is. But if I sit there with the expectation of seeing Superman and it does not happen, I might get disappointed, and that's not something I want. So I'm still going to go in open-minded. But there's nothing more than me wanting Superman to return in the DCEU. Henry Cavill is my absolute favorite Superman. Us fans have been waiting so long for us to see Superman again. I know we did see him in Zack Snyder's Justice League, but that doesn't really count. We wanted to see him in something new in an upcoming DC project. So hopefully DC now have plans for Superman now that The Rock brought in this idea of listening to the fans. And obviously, if the fans are satisfied with the film Black Adam, then obviously this does put DC in the right track, because then they would see that, okay, they listened to the fans for Black Adam, they delivered on everything they said they would deliver on, but they also took into consideration in regards to what the fans want when making this film as well. So they would see that all of this together has been a success, applied to future projects, and there we have it. The Rock has pretty much saved the DCEU just from this very principle of listening to the fans with Black Adam. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Be sure to tell me in the comment section down below how excited you guys are for Black Adam. I'm interested to see all of your thoughts towards all of this as well. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.